All right, so today we are installing this hood lock here, made by Bolt. This here is for the Jeep JL Wrangler. In this case, we are installing it on this 2018 Jeep Wrangler JL here. It is the 4-door Sahara model. And the main reason we're installing this is simply because we don't want anyone, taking our battery, taking really anything out from under our hood. As many of you guys know, you could just unclip the hood basically on any Jeep and you could get into it, steal whatever you want, maybe even, I don't know, put sand in the motor or something. Basically, we're just installing this to prevent any trouble later on in the future. So I actually got this probably, I would say, close to 2 years ago now, and we just simply haven't installed it. I've opened it up. I did that on video, but that was so long ago. It's going to be such a pain to find that video, so I'm just going to reshoot the whole thing of what's included here. So I'll just quickly show you around the box here. You can see it works with most Jeep Wrangler JLs. Again, this is the 2018 first year that they made them. Show you the side here. It works with your key. That's a one-shot deal there. If you accidentally stick someone else's key in there, well, boom, you now have a lock that works with someone else's key. So I'll show how that works. Included in the box is a new grill piece here. This should just clip in place of the old grill, or at least part of the old grill. And then we also have the lock itself here, right there. Also have some new clips here, along with some new clips in here, along with a couple of rivets, and looks like an instruction manual right there. So let's go ahead and get to installing this. All right, so we went ahead and coded the key there. You saw we went ahead and turned it 3 different times. It says to do that in the instructions. I'll just show you guys here. It does turn both ways now. Gonna pull it out. There we go, pretty cool. I'll go ahead and give another close-up of the instructions now. On the front was telling you how to key it there. I'll also show up here what all is included. Now you do need a rivet gun for this. You need a flathead screwdriver and a T20 Torx driver. And then I'll just show you on the back here the instructions in closer detail in case you're wondering. There we go. All right, so next we're gonna take off these little push pins for the grill. There is 6 of these. One right there, one there, there, and then the 2 right there. So what you're going to want to do for these is you are going to pop the middle out of them. You can either use a trim tool or a flathead screwdriver. Everyone has a flathead screwdriver, so I'll just show that. Got to get right there, and then just pop them out. And you don't have to take them fully out, but from here you have to get the trim tool or whatever around the entire ring here. You got to pop it out here. Take some force. There you go. And now it does come with new ones, so don't worry if you mess these up. It's not the end of the world. Not a big deal. There it is. Relatively simple. All right, from here, you just simply need to pull out on the grill on both sides. There we go. We did it on that side over there too, off camera. And then it should just pull out from the top. At least that's what the instructions are making it seem like.
Yeah, something like that.
let's go and take a look at the instructions. All right, so we messed around with it for a second. In the manual, I believe it says to pull down and out. We didn't really have much luck with that, so we just simply pulled out, not really pulled down. There we go. You can see all of the clips down there. I'll show where they clip into in a second here. And they should be completely free. Go ahead and take it out.
I would suggest putting this down on a towel.
Yeah, I will.
Because you got to work on this. You got to work on these, get these out, to get that centerpiece out.
Yeah, he's got a point. So you're gonna have to set it down on the face here. And you definitely don't want to scratch that up. So probably gonna lay out my big microfiber towel and lay it on there. All right, so here we have the grill off, and those clips that we were having a trouble with, you can see they just go right here. I'm not quite sure why they're saying to push down. I would think that would just create extra stress and possibly break something. We just pretty much pulled out, and that worked perfectly fine. You can see nothing's messed up. Show you the front of the Jeep without the grill on it. Cool. I'll bring you over here. Show you the back side of the grill. And there are those clips we were having some trouble with. Right there, and then I believe we're gonna have to replace the center piece of the grill with the included piece. I'm gonna have to see where it separates. Anyways, there it is. All right, so we are currently in the process of actually riveting the lock onto the Jeep itself, and you can see these are supposed to snap off, and they're not snapping off. It's completely the fault of the tool, or maybe these rivets are just really strong, but can't get them to come off. So we're just gonna simply Dremel this extra bit off, and you can see, I mean, it's on there really good, and that's only 2 out of the 4. It's not going anywhere, so it's not a massive deal, but you know, it would have been nice if our tool that we bought would have actually worked properly, but not a massive deal. All right, so here we have the lock installed with the 4 rivets here. We actually just had to adjust the tool a little bit and kind of put it on like a different area of the rivet so then it gripped better, and then they all snapped off like they're supposed to. Now it is really on there, very solid, definitely not going anywhere. So before we put the grill all back together, we're just gonna make sure it works. So let's go and lower the grill and try it out. All right, let's go and try it out. Go ahead and drop the hood. The last clip accidentally said grill, but you guys know what I meant. There you go, it's locked. You can see neither of these are clipped in. Lock it. There you go, go ahead and drop it again. Lock it. And there you go. Solid, not going anywhere. All right, so the instructions for the grill, well, they weren't the greatest. So here we have it over here. Yeah, I'll show the instructions right here. So pretty much it just says to undo those 2 little white clips right there, which it comes with new ones, and then take out the 4 T20 Torx bolts, and it should just pop off. Well, it's not that simple. So we did that. We got those 4 Torx bolts out right there, T20, along with the 2 white clips, which there is one that goes right here and one right here, and it wasn't coming out. So I looked, and there is clips right here, and actually the whole thing just popped off because we got a couple of them out. So pretty much, let me just clip one of these back in, or I'll try to, just to demonstrate it on video. Let me get one of these clipped back in. All right, so I got this one back in here. So if you try to push back on this clip, obviously it can't go back because it hits this little bit right here. If you try to push forward, it goes forward a little bit, but that's not how it's supposed to come out. So what you actually have to do is get something like a flathead screwdriver, or in this case, we're using this little plastic spudger here, so then we don't mark up the plastic, and you actually have to lift up the grill a little bit. You kind of have to bend it, which this is a very soft material. You're probably not going to snap it unless your Jeep is very old or something, or has been sitting out in the sun for a long time. But anyways, you have to push up here, actually quite a bit, and then eventually this little bit right there will go over the actual clip itself, and then you are able to push the clip right there back. Again, really trying to get as much leverage on this as possible. Let me get the bigger flathead. Almost, there we go. And then it should be completely free, right there. All right, now for the new grill, you can see right here is the opening for the lock. What you have to do for these clips, again, is you just have to simply push down and boom, clip back into place. Let's get this one over here. There we go. This one here. Clip back in. This one here. And I believe that is all of them. So from there, what you're gonna do is get those 2 new white clips, or I could even reuse the old ones, but it came with new ones, so I'll use those. Put them in here, and then put back in the 4 Torx screws, and we'll be back together. We now have the new grill piece installed here with the new white clips, and then there is the 4 Torx head screws right there. You can see this is kind of a different shade of black right there. This is maybe a little bit more faded than this. Another thing that I kind of wanted to point out, and this has nothing to really do with the install, but I just found this interesting over here. What this sticker says, JL Sahara, says when it was built. Even the time looks like this one was made about 2:26 a.m. Shows the shift and everything. I just thought that was kind of cool, so there you go. Now for the front of the grill here, I was actually kind of concerned that the old plastics, like right over here, would be more faded than the new. And that is ever so slightly the case here. There is a slight difference in the shade, but not a massive difference. If you have a JL that's maybe 5-6 years old and has been sitting outside a lot, maybe in the California sun or something, you might have to replace all of those pieces just for it to match. In this case, this Jeep hasn't gotten too much sun, and there isn't that massive of a difference. Actually, on a camera, it makes it look a lot worse. But you can definitely see where it's been replaced and where it hasn't. Looking from up here, yeah, you can't really tell much. Unless you're not, trying to look at it, you won't be able to tell. Anyways, there it is. Pretty cool. All right, so here it is. Installed, at least for the most part. We still got to put in the clips up top, but for the bottom ones you just have to align it, and then you can push it in. You want to listen for an audible kind of a click, and then you'll know it's in correctly, and then go around all on the bottom and push to make sure. Anyways, there it is. All right, so here it is all installed. This side I went ahead and just took off here. We're going to do the other side here. And I'll show you guys that it is still not going to come up here. You can see, I mean, it is really, really firmly in there because that right there is locked. Let's go and get the key here. Flip this down, put it in, and then I believe turn it one of these ways. Let's see here, there we go. You got to go all the way in there, and then it's unlocked, and then you could push over the little safety thing, and then your hood is free. And then from there, push down, and then lock it back into place, and there you go. Not coming up. That is so cool. So there you go. Now if you want a Jeep Wrangler, no one can just open your hood, vandalize your engine, or do whatever. So that is a very cool upgrade. All right, so there it was, installing the hood lock for the Jeep JL. Overall, this was a pretty simple install. It maybe took us, I don't know, maybe an hour. And this is pretty much the first install we've done on this Jeep. In terms of mods, next we're going to be doing a power step installation, which we'll do that in a little while, just a little sneak peek. But there it is, relatively simple. It didn't take us that terribly long, and it seems to be working perfectly fine so far. Again, all this is just simply a lock for your hood. Normally, if you just have a Jeep JL or really a Wrangler, at all. Anyone could just come up, could just come up and unhook these latches here and then just pop open your hood and, I don't know, maybe put something in your engine, steal your battery, steal pretty much whatever. But now they can't do that, or at least they will have a pretty hard time doing that, because now you need a key. So if you're worried about maybe people stealing something from your engine on your Jeep Wrangler, I do definitely recommend this this lock here. Again, not too complicated, and so far seems to be working pretty good. So yeah, I guess that's really it for this video. Hope everybody enjoyed, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.